Jai Hind everyone. The Union Cabinet in the 150th anniversary year of Vande Mataram has now accorded another great status to Vande Mataram. And as per the recent decision by the government, Vande Mataram will now be treated at par with National Anthem, and this is what the Union Cabinet has now approved. So the Union Cabinet has now approved an amendment to the Prevention of Insult to National Honors Act 1971, making it illegal to obstruct the singing of the national song Vande Mataram. Now, this decision aligns Vande Mataram to protect that of the protection which has been given to the national anthem, and now Vande Mataram will also have the same status that is being enjoyed by the national anthem, the national flag, as well as the Constitution of India. Clear? So this act, as at present, it protects the national anthem, the national flag, and the Constitution of India. And as per the provisions of this act, creating an obstruction or causing disturbance during the singing of national anthem can attract a punishment of imprisonment for up to 3 years or fine or both, according to this act. Clear? So now the officials have said that the same status would now be accorded to Vande Mataram, and any obstruction to it will now be a punishable offence. So this is a huge step that has been taken. Earlier in this year, the government had proposed singing of Vande Mataram at the official events, and all 6 stanzas of Vande Mataram, as in the original form, were now proposed to be sung at all the major official events. Clear? So previously this issue has been raised many a times. Okay. Moreover, it was in the early this year that a statutory status was being asked for, and now the statutory status has been given. So this has been a long-standing demand, and various notices have previously been introduced in the parliament to provide the statutory protection to Vande Mataram, and it has been said that there has been deliberate attempts to insult the national heritage in the form of the national song Vande Mataram. Clear? So this indeed is a very proud moment for every Indian who holds Vande Mataram very dear. Clear? Now, previously, if we have seen that this protection has been given to all 6 stanzas of Vande Mataram. Clear? So all 6 stanzas will now have the same protection. Clear? So this 6 stanzas Vande Mataram was the original Vande Mataram that was written by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. Clear? And this now the government says that this Vande Mataram shall have to be sung first when the national song and national anthem are to be played together. So in the precedence also, the national song would now come earlier. Now, in the recent decision that has been passed, the ministry has also issued a set of protocols for singing the national song. Okay, and it has directed that the 6 stanzas have to be sung, and the total duration shall have to be 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Clear? Now, this shall be sung at all official functions such as the arrival of president, the unfurling of the tricolor, and also upon the speeches of the governor. Clear? So when the national song and the national anthem are sung or played, national song will be sung or it would be played first. Clear? So now if we talk about insult to this act, okay, so insult to Vande Mataram now is punishable offence, as the national song gets the same status as Vande Mataram. Clear? And the Union Cabinet has now approved the same status to it. Clear? So making or disturbing or creating an obstruction will now be a punishable offence. Okay. Secondly, what are the specific occasions for singing it? So it has also been a protocol has now been mentioned for it. Okay. So for the arrival of president, unfurling of the national flag, and civil investiture ceremonies. Okay, so at all ceremonies wherein awards, prizes, okay, all national awards would have to be given, at those occasions also it would be sung. Clear? The Ministry of Home Affairs has outlined these protocols to ensure uniformity and respect for the national song across all government organized functions. Clear? So this is the current status. The set of protocols have now been laid down clearly. Next, the question comes, how does the Supreme Court view the Ministry of Home Affairs circular on Vande Mataram? So this was something that was laid down earlier. Okay. So previously the Supreme Court had said, okay, so Supreme Court had deemed the Ministry of Home Affairs circular regarding Vande Mataram as advisory and not mandatory. So with the current cabinet approval and amendment to the Act of the Parliament, now this becomes a part of compulsory provisions. Clear? Now, it was then that the bench of Chief Justice Suryakant and Justice Joymala Bagchi and Vipul Pancholi had noted that there was no penal consequences prescribed for not singing the song and termed the plea as premature. Okay, so now this decision is in continuation to the earlier circular that was issued by the Ministry of Home Affairs. Secondly, now what opposition has said. So opposition has been opposing this, okay, because the opposition says that Muslim organizations, the center has faced criticism from opposition parties and Muslim organizations for mandating the full rendition of Vande Mataram. And according to the opposition or various groups opposing it, it says that the entire 6 stanzas infringes upon the religious freedoms. Okay, so groups like Jamaat Ulema-e-Hind claims that some verses contradict monotheistic beliefs, leading to accusations of coercion. Clear? So something now these have been viewed through the spectacles of religious interpretations, and thus these stanzas are now being criticized and the people have been opposing it for long. Okay. Next, previous government directives that were issued. Now in January, the Union Home Ministry had directed that all 6 stanzas, okay, shall have to be sung and shall have to be played along with the national anthem. And in this order, the ministry had issued the first set of protocol. So it was 3 minutes and 10 seconds. And when the national song and national anthem are sung or played, national song will be sung or played first. The order read then. Okay. The assembly where the national song is sung shall stand in attention. Okay. So this circular mentions this. Moreover, it was in March, Supreme Court refused to entertain a plea against the circular, saying that this directive was advisory and not mandatory, but now it becomes a mandatory provision. Okay. So these effectively have been the important provisions that have come up. Okay. And now, okay, the center this year is observing the 150th year of Vande Mataram. Clear? So it was in a resolution adopted by the Constituent Assembly on 24th January 1950, and it was decided that the composition consisting of the words and music known as the Jana Gana Mana, they were then made the national anthem, and subject to such alterations in the words as the government may authorize as the occasion arises. Clear? So it was then in a resolution that was laid down. Vande Mataram, which played a very historic part in struggle for Indian freedom, was decided that it shall be honored equally with the national anthem and shall have equal status with it. But since independence, Vande Mataram has not been given its due that was long pending for it. Clear? So I hope all of you would have understood these things. Moreover, for every examination this year, Vande Mataram is a very, very important topic, just because the 150th year celebrations of Vande Mataram are being acknowledged this year by the Union government. Okay, so if you are preparing for the IAS examination 2027 and for year 2028, whatever batch, whatever exam you are targeting, okay, the GS Foundation batches are being launched in English, Hindi and English, a combination of both, and the batches have started today, 7th of May. So you can avail maximum discount by using the code SRM Live, and you can kickstart your preparation with StudyIQ. So this was all from my side today. We'll see you all in the next session. Jai Hind.